Alright, hello everybody. Welcome, and we've got an afternoon of Tropico free on the schedule. So yeah, don't mind the sound glitches. Unfortunately, this is one of those games where my mouse cursor is in jail on my main monitor, so it can't escape to the second monitor. Look. So, yeah, if I had to glitch out the sound a bit to fix something on OBS, I'm gonna have to, because that's just the way life is. Alright. Well, let's just get right into it. What do I want to do? I mean, I've pretty much done all the scenarios and stuff, so I'm gonna do sandbox. Fortunately, I think this is a online component that's long dead, so I'm not gonna fiddle around with that. But let's just do sandbox. Let's do random island. And yeah, it is disgusting out there today. I'll probably get myself an air conditioner in my room later, but right now it's just... Like, let's see, what do we got? Sure, I guess we can stick with that. Yeah, I'm not doing randomizer or anything at the moment, so we'll keep it average. Keep the economy good. Just keep a nice full game. And random events, they're a little less annoying in this game than the first one, so. Alright, so this is my custom avatar I usually use. Alright, so let's just pause for a second and... Man, you know, for a game from 2009, it doesn't look half bad. Excuse me for a minute. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not responding to him. fucking wait. Alright, anyway. Enough with annoying friends. Back to stream. So yeah, for a game from 2009, you know, I mean, it may not look like the best, like, oh, maybe the character models look a little, PS2-ish, but this looks actually good. Unfortunately, Tropico 4, I think they had to downgrade the graphics a lot to, you know, make the more of the simulation work, but, you know, what a shame. Alright, so first, let's hook up the dock.
Good morning, Tropico! I am Juanito, and this is Tropico News Today, keeping a finger on the pulse of the nation. Stay tuned to TNT for the best music and the most optimistic news.
Okay. See, what are we doing with props? Pineapple's good. Hold on. Set you pineapple. Apple. So just laying out the basic roads. That's the real gimmick of Tropico 3, the road system. I mean, obviously people still get around on foot, but, you know, like, let's say this has vehicles in it, this has vehicles in it. Then for the rest of the citizens, they get to go to the garage, and for those who don't know, all I'm going to say is Papa Musk got nothing on El Presidente, because El Presidente has self-driving cars decades before Papa Musk or anybody. Also fishing over here. Fishing's not bad over here. Pop some fish. Garage. Gotta check a few things though. Okay, so we got some iron. Bauxite deposit. Gold. Ooh, a bunch of oil. Okay, we can get those. Wait. Actually, I have to see honestly if we can get these two. But I'll keep that in mind. Okay. I'll get that since there's no industry chain for this. I can just, you know, I can export out worrying. Let's get some housing in here. There's also set the rent for all buildings the same type. So, that's a little quality of life thing they added in this. Probably... go, and then shanties, they're just free places. Alright. Let's go. Oh, I see. You have to build a road up. Oh, God, even that's gonna be tight.
This is Betty Boom, and today I'm furious. According to trustworthy sources from the palace, our treasury is as dry and empty as the Sahara Desert. El Presidente should be reminded that he needs to stop wasting our tax money on buying cars and apartments for his concubines. Juanito will try to tell you otherwise, but believe me, we're broke. Remember, you learned it here first.
Like, you people don't even pay taxes on Tropico. Oh wait, rent's considered tax. Getting into the pub is considered tax. Carry on. No exports yet. Next harvest month. Okay. Yeah, you gotta give it a minute to get this up and running. Yeah, I better check on that. Okay, some rebel.
Comrades, according to my ever-trustworthy sources, the people on the island are growing restless and unhappy. It took them quite some time to realize that El Presidente is one big pompous fool and a phony. But better late than never. Rise, proletarians, rise and stomp the enemies of the people with your dirty working boots.
Eat roasts. Roasts from the jungle. Alright, what are you all working on? Fish. Good. How are we doing? Okay. Yeah, once you get that bauxite out, you should be rolling in the money. Come on, guys. Come on. Mine anything?
¿Qué necesitas?
Tied up in our daily problems, we rarely stop to consider the spiritual side of life. It looks like our El Presidente is also a man of pragmatic mind, as there is not even a single church built in Tropico.
I'm just waiting for more money to roll in. Or... yeah, there's a bauxite deposit. They are mining it.
No me interesa.
Oh wait, stuff did get exported. Okay. So it is working. Good. Hold on, give me a second. Alright. Get wrecked spot.
Ponértelo todito, quiero yo ponértelo
Sweet. Sugar. That could be interesting. Alright, let's say I do that. Pop that there. Here we go.
Some people are hoping that the government will build us a hospital in the near future. I, for one, rejoice to see the cruel, hypocritical face of our politicians exposed as they explain how we are too poor to have a hospital, then travel to Florida for their own medical treatment.
How much we got? Ooh, nice, nice. Hey Alpine, how's it going? Currently just getting this island off the ground, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Nice, chill, relaxing stream. Although I'm sure the rebels will have something else in mind, so gotta watch out for them.
The national traitors, so-called loyalists, want the construction of a museum dedicated to the childhood life of El Presidente. Go ahead. By all means, let us have it. My comrades will watch carefully who goes there. When the revolution is victorious, everyone will pay his due. God is merciful. The resistance is not.
Never played a Tropico. How is it? It's a very fun game. If you like stuff like SimCity or... I'm trying to think of other games that this is based on. Maybe not so much thinking of games at the moment, but you know, if you like city building, if you like management games, you'll like Tropico. But yeah, right now this is just my basic island so far. Currently just trying to set up my economic buildings. So, you know, when the ooh, okay. Oh, okay, so when the ship shows up, I'm getting a nice payday. Okay. Tropico and City Skylines, it's kind of like apples and oranges. Because the thing with City Skylines is you're basically this pretty much omnipotent god that, you know, runs the planning commission in City Skylines. Whereas Tropico, you're not exactly omnipotent because you gotta keep your citizens' happiness in mind, because if you don't, they're gonna throw your ass out in an election, or they're gonna storm your palace with rebels and stuff. So it's like SimCity, but you know, you have to deal with the various factions on the island, and you know, make sure that they don't throw you out of power. Like, for example, right now, yeah, so these are your parties on the island. You got your capitalists, your communists, your intellectuals, your religious, militarists, environmentalists, nationalists, and loyalists. And right now the religious faction hates me because the big part of it is there's no churches on the island at the moment.
Good morning, comrades! This is TNT, the voice of Free Tropico. We have great news. Apparently, the great Russian bear wants to give us a big furry hug. El Presidente said in a special communique that, I quote, "We wholeheartedly accept the smothering embrace of Mother Russia and believe in the everlasting comradeship between our great nations."
What was I saying? So they may not be the biggest faction on the island, but if a bunch of immigrants come in that, you know, are religious leaning and, you know, this faction grows, they could be a pain in the ass in elections. So, next ship that comes in, I need that money for a church, badly. Oh yeah, and then there's also the fact, let's see, U.S. born. Sorry, okay, yeah, you have to deal with the two superpowers in the Cold War, and let's just say if you piss them off, they're gonna send a gunboat to your waters, and if you still have bad relations with them, it's auto game over, because unlike, say, something like Tropico 5 or 6, you don't fight off the superpowers. It's an auto game over. Fortunately, in early game, there is a lot of waiting around because, you know, you just gotta wait for the resources to end up in the dock. But yeah, in terms of recommending a Tropico for beginners, I'm gonna say either 3 or 4. Hold on, let me finish that thought in a second. Where can I fit you? I'll fit you right over here.
This is Betty Boom, the voice of truth. Can't you all see the greedy exploitation of nature? How the selected few cut down our trees, dig up our earth, and squander our resources, aided by the corrupt regime of El Presidente. Soon, it will be a day of reckoning, and environmentalists will show us the way.
Alright, so where was I? Yeah, I'd say Tropico 3 or 4 for a beginner. 1 is also very good. even though it's like 20 years old. It can still run on anything I throw it at, which I love. But 1 can get a little hard. You know, 3, it's basically 1 just rebooted into 3D. And then 4 is kind of like the definitive edition of 3, where it's, you know, the same engine and graphics and stuff, just a bunch of new stuff added in. 5's not bad. It's just, it takes a little use to get, words are hard. Takes a little getting used to, damn. And then 6, I haven't played 6, but 6 looks like the definitive edition of 5. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna turn the radio off because, you know, Betty Boom's roasts are, you know, are funny the first few times. Then it gets a little old, so. Okay. Oh, yeah, I only have 2 high school. Wait. Okay. So I have my 2 college people working the clinic as doctors. Good. This guy...
¿Qué necesitas?
Here, let me see. Does any of these soldiers lean religious?
Muy buenas.
No.
¿Sí? Muy buenas.
Oh, he's the militarist leader. Wait. No, I need... Okay, good. Yeah, I have to hire some people from abroad for the moment. Actually, okay, never mind. I can start up my high school operations. Yeah, that's one of the things in this game. You want to get the high school and college started up as fast as possible, so you've got your domestic educated force, and you have to keep pissing money away to get people in. Now, in terms of a goal, there's not really a goal per se. It's just more of a just a score thing. So, you know, you get points through, you know, buildings constructed, and then city budget. I guess the fact that I'm in negative treasury, I'm losing points on that. You want more happy citizens because right now, even though my score is 670 for 10 citizens, I'm losing 640 on happy. Swiss bank, that's just, you have to construct a bank and, you know, funnel the city money into El Presidente's super secret Swiss account. And then Megalomania, that was something added in an expansion. That's just, you know, some various dictator edicts you can issue. And then, you know, it's multiply... Damn it, I forget the formula, but you take that number, you times it by 107, and then I think you divide it. If I remember that right, but honestly, score doesn't matter in this game, because unlike the first Tropico, unless I'm missing something, there is no high score list. Now, I have a feeling that there used to be a high score list, but it was buried in an online component which is long dead, so make of that one, you will.
Tomorrow, we expect a heavy rain of frogs. This unusual phenomenon is apparently not so unusual, since our neighbors claimed even stranger stuff was falling from the sky, including sardines, jellyfish, alligators, and sadly, cows. El Presidente said that it's better raining frogs than men.
So this is more like an Anno-style game. I have never played any of the Anno series, but I've got a feeling you're probably right. let's see, some descent. Alright, hold on. So that was basically, it's like, oh, hey, your military's unhappy. You better watch out. So, let's see what's going on. You live in a bunkhouse.
No me interesa.
You live in a tenement.
Ajá.
You live in a tenement. Okay, religious needs low.
¿Qué necesitas?
Religious needs low.
¿Excelencia?
And religious needs low. So yeah, that's probably something to look into. Okay, they're still scheduled to show up. Where is... Oh, the boat's right here. Fine.
Our small island has reached a grand number of 100 people. Our community is growing by the minute.
Just get a few of them. A few for the high school, and let's see what we're doing with happiness. Okay, religion's low, but that should get fixed pretty soon. Liberty is low. Actually, I'm gonna pass a few edicts. That.
A new anti-litter ordinance has been issued today by the government. As always, perpetrators will be shot on sight. So remember, kids, think twice before you throw that bubblegum wrapper on the ground. And now, some music!
Literacy program. Alright, let's see. Do I want to hold early elections? We are a democracy, and that means you have the right to order the people to vote for you at any time. Okay, so 67 votes for me, and 20 votes for the opponent. Okay, that's actually that's actually pretty good, so, let's issue the edict and prepare a speech. Did it not go through, or? What? Oh, there it is. Okay, it took a little long to load. Yeah, so this is a new mechanic that was introduced in 3. You can, you know, make a speech and, you know, try to get votes that way. Let's see. Alright, get some more respect from the religious faction. Alright, I can do that. So currently 70 is 17. Let's see how this modifies it.
People of Tropico, the importance of the upcoming elections has brought me before you. We are one step closer to our goals. Victory is almost upon us, but we must still push forward. I must warn you about the so-called rebels on our island. Those are anarchists who could not care less for this island, but present themselves as its liberators. Because of their nihilistic ways, all our efforts to create improved housing conditions were ruined. Through my years of presidency, I have received your gratitude, my compañeros. Alas, I am nothing but a humble servant, and you are my masters, my employers. Now I bow to the superior morality of the religious Tropicans, who absolve our sins in the face of God. I have great plans for Tropico, plans that will be felt by everyone, even the least fortunate of you. A godless nation is a weak nation. I pledge to provide enough places for worship for the righteous Tropicans in the next mandate.
Alright, so speech is over. We got,
Our blood has won the power. Only by blood will we lose it.
Okay, rebels. Alright, so they're attacking the mine. So, as you see in the little mini-map, red dots are rebels, green dots are my military.
Brave people of Tropico, as I speak, our revolutionary brothers and sisters are taking
Soldiers are happy. Good, good. Oh, they only have garages at 4. Got it. Yeah, sure.
Dear listeners of TNT Radio, do you remember the old days when everything was so much easier? People would do what they were told. For free, I might add. And they never complained. Well, things are different now, as there are people openly protesting on the streets. El Presidente has stated that these strikes are staged by his enemies. Personally, I believe him. But convincing the general population may not be so easy.
So we got our first hotel. Of course, we'll be arriving pretty soon. Garbage dump pollution down.
10 years have passed since El Presidente came to power on the island. It is hard to tell what the future will hold for our leader, but one thing is certain. It will be interesting.
Alright, so I can do diplomatic edicts. 50% discount for tenements and apartments. Yes. These bad boys right next to the dump. Try not to over the farm fields too much. We have 8 army versus 4 rebels. Let's see what happens. Alright, there we go. That was more like it. And yeah, don't worry. We'll fill in those positions soon enough. Where are our terrorists? Oh, they'll come. Yep, all the murder. Like I said, fear the might of my well-paid army. 3 job positions. Yeah, we're gonna get some more people on the island then. I wanted food quality. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out something. Okay, so they simplified the info. Once they simplified, some of the info from the first one to the third one changed a little. I guess if no meals are being skipped, then we don't really have a food problem. And if that's still high, then okay. Even wait for some more money.
Clase ron y cerveza, buscar una buena mami y gozar hasta que amanezca.
Okay.
Como hoy es viernes social, voy a hacer todo lo que pueda. Como hoy es viernes social, voy a hacer todo lo que pueda.
Then I'm going to put in Marketplace. It's a nice central place to collect food. Clase ron y cerveza, buscar una buena mami y gozar hasta que amanezca. Buscar una buena mami y gozar hasta que amanezca. Vamos al mambo.
It is yet another beautiful day here in Tropico. The sun is shining bright and the water is warm. If you are not taking part in any back-breaking labor activities, grab a swimsuit and come to the beach.
refrescate. Pa' eso bebe.
Buenos dias, sweet people of Tropico. I hate to be the one to always bring the bad news, but apparently some subversive elements on the island are doing everything to sabotage our thriving tourist industry. The latest trend is abduction of tourists. My advice to our foreign guests is simple. Stay at your nice air-conditioned hotel rooms and don't wander off too far without a handy sidearm.
When things start to stink to high heavens, you always know you're entering Tropico. Apparently, a presidente decided to build a garbage dump. I say, construct the damn thing in place of his palace. It's much more fitting. Enough with trashy politicians.
Oh, burn. What are you guys doing? Okay, fine.
¿Qué necesita?
Ella practica su kung fu. Ella lucha con los fantasmas que solamente ella puede ver. Ella baila con una rumba que solamente ella puede oír. Claro que esta gata es loca, pero tiene mucho cariño. Voy a llamarla bruja de los demonios. Yo quisiera dormir más tarde, la gata no me dará la paz. A mi gata le da chango, su lucha es loca, no me molestes más.
There we go.
Gata, gata, gata loca, negra loca, te fuiste para la macumba, mamá. Gata, loca, baila rumba. Yo te vi encima del tejado con un gato prieto, estaba bailando rumba. Gata, loca, baila rumba. ¿Qué le pasa a esa gatita? Pero mira qué bonita, gata loca, medio loca. Gata, loca, baila rumba. Si tú no vienes a menegrar, no te voy a dar tu cosa.
Okay, this is nice. Got your nice beach, you know, you relax, sleep, roll over, then right in the water. Good, fresh crop of tourists. It's murder time.
Special report. That new rebel fad has grown out of proportion. They are attacking buildings now. El Presidente stated he is shocked and appalled by this unprovoked attack on the peace and democracy in Tropico.
I'm subconsciously cheering for the enemy. Oh, this sucks. What was it? It was like pineapple or something. I'll rebuild that, and then I'm gonna need one of these.
Negra, ponte pa' la cosa. Gata, loca, baila. Camina, 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 camina y ven pa' La Habana, que la cosa aquí está sabrosa. Gata, loca, baila. Ya me la vi con melón, corazón de melón. Quédate quieta, quítate. Que te da araña, me haces todo.
More hushing up of hostages. I like it.
Al son de este conjunto haceré. Tiene un ritmo especial, bueno pa' bailar. Sé que te gustará. Óyelo, vacílalo.
I was shocked today as I saw the new wind turbine on our island. Apparently, in order to keep us down, El Presidente has bought one of the conformist turbines that only rotate in the direction of the wind. Join me in my fight to destroy this mark of oppression and build a new turbine that rotates against the wind.
Okay, that one's pretty funny. Oh yeah, now wind turbines are added in the expansion, and they're pretty good for islands with pretty tight space, because the normal power plant, I can't show it to you because I can't afford it, is very big and awkward. Put in a few more hotels and junk. Throw you there. We do the cheapy bungalows. There we go. This is the mine output looking. They'll be shutting down pretty soon. Alright, look at this stupid childhood museum and shut the fanboys up. Iron Man fun. Nice. Hey Schmoops, how's it going? Yeah, I would have caught your stream last night, but I think the theme is, for the past few days, the minute I fall asleep, you go on. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's going pretty well. Got my economy going. Got enough army to trash any rebels. Yeah, things are looking good. Oh yeah, while I wait for more money, I'm just gonna zoom back in and... They said at the start of the stream, you know, for a game from 2009, this still looks good. Oh. I say it's good, and then the game cites Hurricane. Alright.
Breaking news! In case you haven't noticed, a huge hurricane has swept through Tropico, leaving a trail of destruction in its path. In unrelated news, there are reports of people carrying a cauldron of tar and feathers traversing the island in search of the local meteorologists. The workers at the weather station were allegedly out drinking and therefore unable to issue a warning the day before the disaster.
Okay, that's another funny one. Alright, so the workhouse, marketplace, and bunkhouse. Okay. There's the wharf. Come on. Yeah, yep, that's definitely a veteran's right. Bunkhouse. Marketplace. And then one of the houses. Guess that one. Okay. Yeah, so they made hurricanes slightly less annoying in this game than in the first one. But they get less annoying in like 4 onwards, because in 4 you can just click on the rubble and be all like, hey, I'll just rebuild it or pay money to have it rebuilt. Now, where are all the drugs? Shh, don't talk about that. He's not here. 12. Knock on the door 3.5 times, and we'll talk. You don't know about 3.5 times. How about your mother? Ask her. But actually, in a serious note, I think the first game they were considering adding a drug element into the game, but I think they decided against it because it would have taken their T rating and thrown it right out the window. So let me see, if I remember right, you were playing Darkest Dungeon last night, Schmoops. And let me guess. Ooh, 40,000. Did we get to Dunbrine the 6? That's all I want to know. Let's see, lost a couple dudes, but you survived. That's impressive. What, the mic's low? Oh, no, No, you answer my question. I was just asking about Darkest Dungeon people. No, the mic shouldn't be low because it is going into yellow territory on my OBS. But then again, even though the mic settings are right, I still have to remember it's all about positioning and posture. But so far my room is fine. It hasn't heated up too much. The fans are keeping everything down, and the fact that it doesn't really get hot in here until maybe in a few minutes, because the sun's going over my house, and then it's gonna come on the side that my room's on. Yep, you're Captain Slouch. I'm the Slouch trainee. Right,
and now some refreshingly bizarre news for a change. One of our immigrants in America, a worker named Manuel Huracan, sued a television company for making his wife fat and his children dumb. He said, "I believe the reason I smoke and drink and my wife is overweight is because we watch TV every day for the last 10 years.
Okay, that one got a chuckle out of me. So yeah, once I get this electrical substation complete, I'll start building more stuff. Ah, the rum is profitable. Good. good, the pollution's being kept down. I like that. Got that. Just had it. There we go. Now, what operating mode? I usually set it on BBC because it increases liberty in the area, which, according to this, we are sorely lacking in that part. There's no oil deposit there. I might try to go after it. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna stockpile that. Connect that up. Now, natural gas, because it's less pollution. I'll plop that right there.
Today's news. Democracy is knocking on the door of El Presidente as the people of Tropico are demanding elections in the upcoming year. Will this be the end of El Presidente's tyrannical regime? Let the voice of the people be heard. We shall not fail. Adelante, compañeros.
Yeah, so I'm just going to ignore the loyalist demands because there's only like 8 of them on the island, and yeah, we gotta have proper elections, my friend. Proper elections where I win, of course. Alright, let's get a proper hospital on this island. Probably work on more apartment blocks. Al dente. Don't make me hungry. It's not yet. Okay, that should do that. Just let them build this out. Let's see, tourist impressions. Okay. Pretty good, but we can work on it. Oh, now the rebels head straight for the palace.
In a daring attempt to overthrow El Presidente, rebels have launched an all-out attack against the palace. I hope El Presidente is prepared. Dear listeners, for your own safety, you are advised to stay indoors. These rebels look like they mean business.
So yeah, for those who aren't familiar, basically if the palace building gets destroyed, it's game over. But we've got 11 army versus 4 rebels. I'm not too worried. I just gotta wait for everyone to show up to the battle. Let's see, where are they? Okay, they're coming in on foot. Yeah, most of the time the rebels will come in on foot, although sometimes if they're near a garage, they'll just stop at the garage and they'll pick up their rebel jeeps. Which, why are we maintaining the rebel jeeps?
This is TNT,
I don't know, but
and our
okay.
news is explosive. Some people seem to be fascinated by moving pictures inside a box. A television station has started broadcasting on our island. They say this new fad will replace the radio. Juanito is confident that these will never happen.
Oh, looks like somebody got the rebel jeep going. Palace is back that way. Wait. It's interesting. We're having a little vehicular combat here. I mean, okay, I get it. We're going for a rear assault. Hey, Ramosa, how's it going? Alright, who's the last rebel? Who wants to oppose this ragtag band of armies? Aha, and the rebels are gone. Let me see. Okay, it has been a rusty hot minute, so give me 1 second to translate that. Okay, at least Liberty is up in this area because of the TV station. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Let's see. Your name is Knight something dancing. 10 out of 10 translation, everybody. Okay, good. We're getting a happiness of 51%. Something dancing. Capitalism didn't take a side. Unless it's in my wallet. Oops. Did I just say that out loud? The knight calls me to dance. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, like I said, I'm extremely rusty because the last formal language class I had was in high school all the way back in 2012. Yeah. I had a feeling it was a song reference, so you're good. But yeah, in terms of soundtrack, Tropico 3, it's not bad.
This is Betty Boom with your daily portion of truth and freedom. Even for a battle-hardened rebel, I get surprised by El Presidente's impudence every day. Apparently, he has decided to create a museum dedicated to his insignificant persona. I doubt that anyone, except the Yankee tourists, will find this attraction entertaining. You won't see me making a museum out of my hidden underground base anytime soon.
Oh, really? And it's like, just for the record, that's to shut the fanboys up, because it's gonna be fun when I get fanboys one day and they're gonna be all like, ooh, and I'm going to be like, oh, guys, just stop. Hopefully I don't get fanboys. At least not yet. What was I saying? Yeah, Tropico 3 soundtrack, it's not bad. Although, it might get a little repetitive after a while. I still like 1's best.
Dear listeners of TNT Radio, do you remember the old days when everything was so much easier? People would do what they were told. For free, I might add. And they never complained. Well, things are different now, as there are people openly protesting on the streets. El Presidente has stated that these strikes are staged by his enemies. Personally, I believe him, but convincing the general population may not be so easy.
Work on that. oil nearby. Okay. I think I'm gonna skip the speech, because 110 to 30, this is good. Put that there. The building. Okay, the hospital. And the hospital. Fine. Kind of like how they do tips/events for the radio in this one. Yeah, no, the tips are good. It's just the writing can get a little repetitive after a few hours, though. I mean, heck, there's even an edict to shoot Juanito. Let's see. Permanently shuts the radio DJ up. Guarantees no rebels or rebel attacks for the next 3 years, but will reduce the intellectuals' respect for this period. Yeah, developers knew it was bad. They added this in as a joke in the expansion pack. Yeah. Actually, speaking of mechanics, there's this one called privatization. So you do it, and then, you know, it privatizes all factories, mines, and logging camps. 10% of the proceeds will your Swiss bank account, and the private buildings will pay you rent. Okay, so I'm thinking of the way they did it in 4, but the way they did it in 4 was half-assed, honestly. Because, long story short, you're still making more money if you own it directly, and, you know, if you privatize it, you're not making as much money. The only upside is, you know, the private industry will pay your workers more, and that's, you know, money you don't have to worry about paying. But, you know, it could have been an interesting mechanic where, you know, let's say the rum factory is privatized, and, you know, you could finagle it where it's like, okay, your factory may be private, but I'm gonna force you to use my sugar, and you're forbidden from importing your sugar. Or, you know, yeah, I'll let you import your sugar, but I'm gonna tax it up the ass. And, you know, you could have had this whole, like, back and forth between the industry and El Presidente, but after 5, they just dropped privatization like a bad habit. National Day. Some people become loyalists or nationalists every year this edict is active. What could possibly go wrong? And yeah, we got propaganda fireworks.
My story today is about the recently announced national holiday. El Presidente wants to distract our attention from the crimes that the government commits by usurping the symbols of our nation in servitude of his regime. We shall not fall for such petty tricks. Only fools will rejoice in such celebrations.
We'll leave the cathedral in the back here. Okay, this is almost exhausted, so we can move on that later. Yep, all the fools. Ooh, actually, speaking of fools, I can develop this. Tourist attraction. No, I'll turn it into a museum.
One of our ancient ruins will be converted to a tourist attraction for wealthy foreigners. After the opening ceremony, guests are invited to a specially organized human sacrifice theme party hosted by me, DJ Juanito, the shaman of Latino.
That's an Omega yikes. Like, no, don't get too wild yet. How is the happiness? Okay, religious is salty because of the cathedral. We'll take care of that. Average religious happiness should be higher than the average entertainment happiness. But yeah, see, at least in 3, the what the faction likes and what they hate are laid out better. Yep, the crazy cat. See, I knew that one. Well, no, everything's good. The fanboys can... They're fine.
Yo quisiera dormir más tarde, la gata no me dará la paz. A mi gata le da chango, su lucha es loca, no me molestes más.
The crazy pussycat gets out of bed. While the world sleeps, she practices her kung fu. Ah, so that's what that part of the song meant.
This is Betty Boom, and today I'm furious. According to trustworthy sources from the palace, our treasury is as dry and empty as the Sahara Desert. El Presidente should be reminded that he needs to stop wasting our tax money on buying cars and apartments for his concubines. Juanito will try to tell you otherwise, but believe me, we're broke. Remember, you learned it here first.
She is the one.
This is Juanito, Tropico News Today, with the election results. El Presidente has won with a landslide victory. Surely the people will continue to stand behind our beloved leader in the years ahead.
Other ones up here.
La gata se me subió y me dijo mi madrina la gata lo que le da chango. Mi gatica, qué rica. Gatica, mía.
Get that. Okay.
Me tiene loco. ¡Qué barbaridad!
Yeah, one of the things that was added in 4, which I wish was here, was the ability to use marketplaces to import food from overseas, but that's not how it works in 3. What are we working on, builders? Okay, that's fine. So if anybody's curious about my current frames, it's anywhere between like 45 and 51 at the moment. And so let's see, I zoom out, and the frames tank to about 23. come on. I was just about to finish the
This
cathedral.
is a broadcast about the freedom of your soul. God has spoken to our religious leaders and showed us the way. You will all burn in hell if you continue to obey our Presidente and his regime. Repent while it is time. Grab a Molotov cocktail and go to the nearest church for further instructions. The revolution has just become holy. Amen.
Well, I've got a semi-staffed cathedral, so I should shut him up in a few months. That's my offshore. That should be my slush funds. There we go. No, there'll be no revolution while I'm in charge. How are we doing on this? Okay, almost getting depleted. So yeah, in my infinite wisdom, I'm building a hotel and a pool next to a power plant. Could possibly go wrong. Hashtag efficiency. Okay, hold on. And just to do it now. Nah, that's not gonna. Wait, that's gonna fit. There we go. There we go. How are we doing? Yeah, I think we're still doing good. Okay, good. They stopped bitching about the whole thing. Good. Okay, 65. That's better. That's better.
The weather is just peachy as usual on our little paradise. It's a perfect day for farming, mining, and deforestation. Dear people of Tropico, please stop with the permanent siesta. Leave the beaches and the pubs and join El Presidente so he doesn't have to do everything on his own.
Okay, almost done with that. If I just throw another garage up here, because I can. That farming can get back here. Sure. There we go.
El Presidente addressed the rising levels of air pollution on the island by enforcing strict air pollution standards. Seeing how you could cut the air with a knife at the moment, I think it was about time such measures were taken. Today is a sad day for Tropico. An unspeakable act shook our island just a few hours ago as some traitorous coward has tried to assassinate our great leader. Among the suspects are virtually all foreign intelligence agencies. The presidential advisor, Penultimo, a toucan-worshipping environmentalist, and an old hermit who supposedly lives in a bird's nest and prays in the lotus pose.
Lurking now, time to grind out some more loot boxes in Overwatch. Well, have fun with the loot grinds, and thanks for the lurk. Yeah, right now I'm just waiting for all these construction projects to get done before I do anything. How are we doing up here? Okay. Nice, nice, making some nice profit. Scenic outlook. I could probably throw that, like, back down. I mean, it doesn't really matter with the trees and stuff. As long as the beauty's good, you're fine. What would make sense? Let's scenic overlook this. Power. Get some good entertainment up in here. We're going fancy. What are they complaining about? Oh, we're gonna get to that. There we go. That bank is up. So yeah, that one will make money off the tourists. And this one is what I'm going to use to get money from the budget. I'm going to send it to Switzerland. Oh, hold on, I gotta put the electrical grid up here. About to rain again, or is somebody moving stuff upstairs? Hold on, now I'm curious. Oh, wait, maybe it is thunder. Okay, there's a 50% chance at 4 p.m. Okay. Oh, okay, so it is. Let's see the sun. Oh, it's like
A
sun
high
shower.
official reported missing last week was found with his mistress trying to leave the island. The resulting clash between the official's wife and his mistress left 7 bystanders injured. The official is reported missing again.
Okay, that's actually good. I mean, the humidity's trash, but at least temperature's not 90. they're doing elections. 167 to 28.
With every ship, desperate people from all over the world come to our shores, only to discover that we are ruled by a tyrant who cares nothing for us. I, Betty Boom, rejoice as I see the resolute faces of the newcomers who, faced with the hatred and the jingoism by the nationalists, will be pressing for changes sooner or later. Welcome, brothers in arms.
Oh, hello. Oh, this is some giant seagulls. Like, damn, look at the size of them things.
Buenos dias, sweet people of Tropico. I hate to be the one to always bring the bad news, but apparently some subversive elements on the island are doing everything to sabotage our thriving tourist industry. The latest trend is abduction of tourists. My advice to our foreign guests is simple. Stay at your nice air-conditioned hotel rooms and don't wander off too far without a handy sidearm. This is Juanito, Tropical News Today, with the election results. El Presidente has won with a landslide victory. Surely the people will continue to stand behind our beloved leader in the years ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Sidearm. It's like, gee, where else have I heard tourists should stay inside and be armed? Oh yeah, Night City. God, Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, nobody's had any talk about that game in months, but it's probably still trash. Condos here. Let's see, which style do I usually... I usually like... Yeah, I guess this one looks good. Just don't try to make too much sense of where all the units are supposed to fit in it. There.
Good morning, Tropico! The sun is shining bright, and let me tell you, it's a great day to celebrate democracy. Yesterday, I spoke with the Yankee ambassador, Mr. Adams, and things are looking good for our relations with the Americanos. Uncle Sam has promised to foster and strengthen our young democracy here in Tropico and keep us safe from the red threat.
Alright, export prices decreased by 20%. Lovely. Alright, so on that note, since it's been 2 hours, I'm going to take a quick 10-minute break, and I will be right back.
Coincidencia, yo no creo en brujería. Un guineo que está verde hoy está maduro al otro día. Aunque nunca le den el sol, aunque tú lo veas distinto, el proceso sigue y cada día se pone más pinto. Por eso el vecino mío, su mujer lo abandonó. Ella dice que él es raro y que su guineo no se maduró. Por eso el vecino mío, su mujer lo abandonó. Ella dice que él es raro y que su guineo no se maduró.
Yo no sé lo que le pasa a él, por aquí te lo aseguro. Que de él se le queda verde, pero el mío se pone maduro. Yo no sé lo que le pasa a él, por aquí te lo aseguro. Que de él se le queda verde, pero el mío se pone maduro.
Por eso el vecino mío, su mujer lo abandonó. Ella dice que él es raro y que su guineo no se maduró. Por eso el vecino mío, su mujer lo abandonó. Ella dice que él es raro y que su guineo no se maduró.
Yo no sé lo que le pasa a él, por aquí te lo aseguro. Que de él se le queda verde, pero el mío se pone maduro. Yo no sé lo que le pasa a él, por aquí te lo aseguro. Que de él se le queda verde, pero el mío se pone maduro.
La muchacha de mi barrio se pasan de arriba abajo, mirando por la ventana a ver si el guineo ya se ha madurado. La muchacha de mi barrio se pasan de arriba abajo, mirando por la ventana a ver si el guineo...
Nowadays, people are turning to the government with a single question. When? When shall I move out of my shack and move into a decent home? The answer is clear. Never. Never, my friends. This is what El Presidente has for you. Shacks and squalor. This is the true face of the regime. Stay tuned for more truth from me, Betty Boom.
Yo no sé lo que le pasa a él, por aquí te lo aseguro. Que de él se le queda verde, pero el mío se pone maduro. Yo no sé lo que le pasa a él, por aquí te lo aseguro. Que de él se le queda verde, pero el mío se pone maduro.
Yo no sé lo que le pasa, por eso te lo aseguro. Si a él se le queda verde, mamita, mira, yo te lo juro. Yo no sé lo que le pasa, por eso te lo aseguro. Si a él se le queda verde, mamita, mira, yo lo aseguro.
Yo no sé
Today, we have a special weather report from El Presidente himself. He predicts the night will be calm, starry, and sunny. Remember that our Presidente is always right, even when he's wrong.
Yo no quiero que tú me dejes solo, temo mucho la soledad. Sufro tanto, negrita linda, porque te amo de verdad. Eres única en mi vida, me haces sentir especial. Lo que quiero es que tú me quieras para formar nuestro hogar. Si te casas tú conmigo, no te arrepentirás. Si te casas tú conmigo, yo te pongo mi apellido. Yo te brindo todo lo que quieras. Si yo te pongo mi apellido, yo te brindo todito lo que quieras. Si yo te pongo mi apellido, para ponerte mi apellido, para ponerte mi apellido. Yo me acostumbré a usarlo de pequeño. Yo me acostumbré a usarlo de pequeño. A ti te gustaría también, es todito mi empeño. A ti te gustaría también, es todito mi empeño. Para ponerte mi apellido. Para ponerte mi apellido. Quiero yo ponértelo todito. Quiero yo ponértelo todito. Y que tú lo pregones por toditos los sitios.
The following international news has been taken off air due to recent amendments of the Positive Broadcast Act. Now let us enjoy some music. And next, the How Big Is Your Banana Talk Show?
Cuando te acostumbres, no podrás pronunciar. Para ponerte mi apellido. Para ponerte mi apellido. Quiero yo ponértelo todito. Quiero yo ponértelo todito. Y que tú lo pregones por toditos los sitios. Y que tú lo pregones por toditos los sitios. Para ponerte mi apellido. Para ponerte mi apellido. Mami, déjame ponértelo, chica, bendito.
I'm back. Let me just get the scene back up. Control numero. There we go. Yeah, no, one of my friends is just being fucking annoying because we're going to see a Phillies baseball game on Saturday, and apparently he's got it in his head that we all need either A, our vaccine proofs, or B, a recent negative COVID test. And I don't know. I mean, I guess he's running off of outdated information or something, but, you know, I looked on the Citizens Bank Park website, and I saw nothing mentioning that, so I don't know what the F he's on, but, you know, I was talking to my friends last night, and, you know, they were like, they're like, yeah, he's kind of right, kind of not, and I think they're more just leaning towards, you know, better just to have it in case, you know, somebody decides to pull a surprise question time at the gate or something. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get a test tomorrow, but unfortunately Walgreens is like, oh, we don't do walk-in tests. You gotta have a vehicle. And I'm like, it's been over a fucking year, and we... So yeah, I gotta go procure myself a
Tomorrow,
vehicle,
we
and
expect
yeah.
a heavy rain of frogs. This unusual phenomenon is apparently not so unusual.
But yeah, don't worry,
since our
Mama
neighbors
Mark,
claimed
I'll
even
get my
stranger stuff
negative
was falling
COVID
from the sky,
test.
including sardines, jellyfish, alligators, and sadly, cows. El Presidente said that it's better raining frogs than men.
And yeah, honestly, I don't give a fuck if he hears that or not, because I'm fed up with him, and my other two friends up are fed up with him. Deal with it. Wait, Impact. Oh yeah, I'll show you Impact. Alright, okay, this is stream time. This is not me getting super salty time. Back to the game. So, right now I'm just trying to, you know, I'm just waiting for this to get all developed. And since I set pretty much all the political and economic difficulties to very low, I don't expect much threats to the regime for the rest of the game, unless I get really lazy with, like, services and stuff. But right now, I think it's pretty good. Gonna lay some road down. How do I get up to this part? Oh, wow. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought that was farm fields for a minute. It's just plants. So I got that. Probably throw down a military base out here. Unfortunately, these things don't have garages, so you gotta build one outside.
Good news, everybody! There are now more than 250 people living on the island. I kind of missed the times when I knew everyone by name.
Alright, let's see what the problems are. Okay, there's 23 unemployed. We gotta go fix that. Which we will. Oh wow, that just got full. Now hopefully these fill up. I may have to drop the price a little bit. We'll leave them at 8 and see what happens. Yeah, we gotta Yeah, all the unemployed people are in the movie theater. We gotta fix that. I'm gonna force these to get built. Alright, so I got the skyscraper hotel built. You only build one of these, and it's just a cool looking hotel. Jeez, let's lower this down a little bit. Alright, let's see how bad the crime is.
Yesterday, I got robbed in plain daylight. Twice! The second time, the guy didn't believe my money was taken and just beat me up. I know there is crime in every society,
I
but
see.
ours is getting a tad too much.
Okay, I really gotta build housing then. Try not to build on top of the farm fields. Build this shanty town in a minute. It's not max priority. That's almost done.
Hola, sweet senoritas. Your favorite radio host, Juanito, is here. Looks like the enemies of El Presidente are targeting our colleagues in the Tropico media. Well, I have a message for these guys. Come get me if you can. You can't stop the signal, baby. You can't stop TNT.
Alright, well, let's just send the army in. Let's see, you're watching playing Anno 1800 on your laptop while watching you play Tropico on my phone. Nice. Yeah, who was asking earlier? Yeah, Alpine was asking if this was like an Anno style game, and I mean, I guess would you say this is like an Anno style game? Because I've never played the Anno series, so I don't know the comparisons. Okay, good. The shantytown's shrinking. What are you doing on? I gotta check that. It's still stable. Okay, Anno has no politics. So there's no way for the citizens to dispose of you in Anno. It's how do you even lose in that game? I'm curious. Also, how are we doing on unemployment? Oh boy, we've got a lot. We gotta start fixing this. Okay. Okay, that's a dead end. That's a rock cliff. So, oh, actually, hold on. Okay, so you run a company town in essence, and the individuals are not simulated. Okay. So there's like none of this in Anno where I can just go down to a random citizen and be all like, okay, I can see his happiness, I can see what he supports, where he lives, who's his family. So that none of that's in Anno. Your income comes from selling goods. You don't collect taxes. Okay. None of that's an Anno. Interesting. I guess the real question is, which Anno would you recommend for newbies to the franchise?
Newsflash! Hurricane David has hit the Dominican Republic, devastating the country's agricultural industry. President Guzman is criticized for not being able to cope with the situation as the corrupt government is accused of misappropriating foreign aid funds.
Alright, so 2205 is the easiest. interesting. When did that come out? I think it came out in, like, what, 2012 or something? I don't remember, but... I mean, I think all the Anno games are on Steam, am I right?
Al son de este conjunto haceré. Tiene un ritmo especial, bueno para bailar. Sé que te gustará. Óyelo, vacílalo. Al son de este conjunto haceré.
Alright, prices have returned to normal. Nice.
Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Pongan atención que este conjunto, yo sé que les gustará. Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Traemos alegría para el bailador y público en general. Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Al mundo entero se lo dedico, a Colombia, Venezuela y Panamá. Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Que no se me quede mi borique, donde bailan salsa en cantidad. Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. El conjunto hacer de los compadres, Guacho y Mulito, te ponen a gozar. Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Salsa sabrosa, salsa que no es monga. Esto es salsa tradicional. Oye cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Típico, sabroso y más. Salsa, salsa para bailar.
This is Betty Boom, the voice of reason in these unreasonable times. For any critics and Juanitos who claim I'm all about conspiracy theories and political bashing, now is the time to hide in shame, suckers. I have solid proof that El Presidente has filled his pockets once again, at our expense. Can you imagine? This shameless reprobate calls his secret Swiss bank account my cookie jar? Open your eyes, slaves of the system, and stop feeding a Presidente's piggy bank. Today's news. Democracy is knocking on the door of El Presidente as the people of Tropico are demanding elections in the upcoming year. Will this be the end of El Presidente's tyrannical regime? Let the voice of the people be heard. We shall not fail. Adelante, compañeros.
Típico, sabroso, melodioso, te va a gustar. Oye, cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Yo vengo de Salinas, pueblo lindo, y a ellos yo quiero cantar. Oye, cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Y esto se lo quiero dedicar con cariño a mi viejo y a mi vieja, con y dolores, pa' que lo gocen.
Don't know where to spend your vacation? Why not come to Tropico, the paradise on earth? We have beaches, friendly people, booze, and top-class entertainment for an unforgettable Caribbean experience.
Gracias por todo lo que me han dado. ¿Qué más yo puedo esperar?
Oye, cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más.
Aquí presentando este conjunto. Ahora ustedes me dirán.
Oye, cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más.
Guacho y bonito se juntaron pa' guarachar.
Oye, cómo suena así, típico, sabroso y más.
Wait, I saw it. There we go. Yeah.
Ay, oye, ¿dónde está mi chica? Que no la puedo encontrar.
Got that.
Linda chica, ven acá, porque estás lejos de
That
mí.
there.
Ven conmigo, bésame.
Good.
Tú te quedas
Wait
aquí.
for this development to get built.
Seguro que sí. Linda chica, ven acá, porque estás lejos de mí. Ven conmigo, bésame. Tú te quedas aquí esta noche. Ven a gozar esta noche. Dame tu amor. Linda chica, ven acá, porque estás lejos de mí. Ven conmigo, bésame. Tú te quedas aquí.
Okay, we got some serious problems.
Es que la quiero
Finally.
demasiado.
Make this interesting. All right, we're gonna do some speech. Did I seriously skip the speech? Okay. No big deal. We can fix this. Tax cut. No, we will not have revolution on my watch. The headliner. Mardi Gras. There we go. Now let's see what that does. Okay, there we go. Now it's evened things out a lot. In fact, love it or leave it. So hopefully a lot more people start leaving the island. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good now. No revolution.
This is Betty Boom, and today I'm furious. According to trustworthy sources from the palace, our treasury is as dry and empty as the Sahara Desert. El Presidente should be reminded that he needs to stop wasting our tax money on buying cars and apartments for his concubines. Juanito will try to tell you otherwise, but believe me, we're broke. Remember, you learned it here first.
What is the issue? Okay. Alright, so I should have brought a little bit more churches. I see. Oh, okay. And they're salty because of the talk show. Got it. Let's see, strikes and protests in Anno 1800 can escalate into riots, but the song which plays is epic. Interesting.
Al son de este conjunto haceré.
It's a very calming sounding song. I'll have to look it up later. Okay, so I'm gonna put those two there.
Yo sé que le gustará. Tenemos alegría para el bailador y público en general. Al mundo entero se lo dedico. A Colombia, Venezuela y Panamá. Que no se me quede mi borigen, donde bailan salsa en cantidad.
Okay, 70%. We're good.
El conjunto hacer de los compadres.
Chorus, stand for a chorus.
Te ponen a gozar.
Interesting.
Salsa sabrosa, salsa que no es monga. Esto es salsa tradicional.
Working class heroes, we lost these elections. But I would like to congratulate you with everything we've achieved. Yes, El Presidente may have stolen some votes from the ignorant masses, but the true sons and daughters of Tropico have shown this authoritarian puppet that their allegiance cannot be bought so easily. March on, comrades. March on. Victory is close.
And then, alright. Streets of Flame is the name of the song. Alright, I'll look it up.
Óyelo, vacílalo, que lo sientas en las venas como yo. Oye, como suena así, típico, sabroso y más. A los que me escuchan y a los que nos quieren, yo se la voy a dedicar. Oye, como suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Típico, sabroso, melodioso, te va a gustar. Oye, como suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Yo vengo de Salinas, pueblo lindo, y a ellos yo quiero cantar. Oye, como suena así, típico, sabroso y más. Y esto se lo quiero dedicar con cariño a mi viejo y a mi vieja, con y Dolores, pa' que lo gocen.
And now for today's headliners. A recent bombing attempt has spread panic among the citizens on the island. Nobody knows where the next bomb will pop up. Why, someone might be planting one in your basement right now. Stay tuned to TNT, the radio that will blow your mind and make you come begging for more.
Only the hospital got destroyed. Interesting.
Aquí presentando este conjunto. Ahora ustedes
I gotta save up some money. Good.
Hello, Tropico! What's shaking? Recently, our island has been rocking and rolling under the fury of Mother Nature. Unfortunately, the recent earthquake has taken a victim. El Presidente's favorite porcelain cat. The memorial service will be held next Friday. It goes without saying that participation is mandatory. Black gold is the word on everyone's lips. A massive oil refinery has been constructed on the island shoreline. As prices of oil are expected to soar in the coming years, this refinery can become the backbone of the island's economy.
Okay, so I can only get that deposit. I guess I'd have to put one here to get those other three? We'll see. Here we go.
Ponte pa' tu cosa, gata, loca, bailar. Con mambo, rama, baile, estos son sabrosos. Negra, ponte pa' la cosa, gata, loca, bailar. Camina, 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 camina y ven para La Habana, que la cosa aquí está sabrosa. Gata, loca, bailar. Ya me lo digo melón, corazón de melón.
Alright, so wait for the last of the iron to get exported. Then I can demolish this bad boy. Service well. 138,000 in profit. Nice.
Oye, ¿dónde está mi chica? Que no la puedo encontrar. Linda chica, ven acá.
So I'm gonna be ending in a few minutes. Since we have a bunch of people here, I'll be getting a raid target. Just give me one moment.
Seguro que sí. Linda chica, ven acá, porque estás lejos de mí. Ven conmigo, bésame, tú te quedas aquí. Esta noche ven a gozar. Esta noche dame tu amor. Linda chica, ven acá, porque estás lejos de mí. Ven conmigo, bésame, tú te quedas aquí. Oye, es que la quiero demasiado. Arriba que llegó mi mambo. Oso guajiro.
Alright, probably literally one more trip and we can extract the rest of this. Come on.
Soy Sobla, que Camagüey que está escuchando.
You know what? We'll just demolish it. It's the resources practically depleted, so it's away.
A high official reported missing last week was found with his mistress trying to leave the island. The resulting clash between the official's wife and his mistress left 7 bystanders injured. The official is reported missing again.
Can you save game? Okay, good. Hopefully my saves aren't too stupid. Alright, so on that note, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to get a raid target. But in the meantime, I want to thank everyone for coming out. And I will be back tomorrow at 1:30 with more Super Animal Royale. Alright, let's get that raid target. Alright. Anybody I really want to raid? Not really in my follower list. I'm the only one doing this category. Hold on, hold on. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. Hopefully this person has raids on. Alright, good, we can go there. So, you want to see some otters in a nice cool pool, because that's what you're getting. Alright, once again, thank you all for coming, and I will see you tomorrow at the same time for Super Animal Royale. Have a good afternoon, everybody.